Garden as well. Trace, was it amazing? I was going to go and then I didn't go.
Okay, you were missed. It was great. I want to shout out. I got stopped by a few fans of the show. One was a young fan named George. He goes, I love this show. I watch it every morning. Can you mention my name on air? That's all it takes. Yes, here's your name, George. George, good morning. We love you.
Hi, George. This lead block is for you. Awesome. Love that. Love hearing stuff like that. Let's talk a little Packers. Yeah, a little Packers here. This doesn't look like Appleton. Waukesha. Nope, this isn't Green Bay. This is Hawaii. This is Aaron Rodgers enjoying a vacation in paradise with his fiancée, Shailene Woodley. I feel like I'm on my People TV show instead of Good Morning Football right now. Well, listen, it's friend of the show, Miles Teller, his wife, Kaylee. Back in Wisconsin, though, the Packers did have voluntary workouts this week without the reigning MVP. He did not show up. He always has before. Do with that what you will. It is voluntary. I should say that, underline it, and bold and italicize it as well. Last first-round pick, guys, Jordan Love was, in fact, there. And he got some positive reviews from his head coach, Matt LaFleur. So we did finally, of course, hear from Aaron Rodgers. This week, he said there were no issues with culture, or that there were issues with culture and character, no issues between he and Jordan Love. What is the next move, Shrakes, if you are the Packers? Book flights to Hawaii?
I mean, do you go to Hawaii and do you get on your knees and beg? And then imagine Rodgers hanging out with these guys singing Taylor Swift songs on karaoke, and in walks Goody to talk contract details. Get out of this hut. I don't know. I think you have to start thinking about Jordan Love as your number one starter. I think it's where we're at right now. Rodgers is going to be fined $500,000 for not showing up at mandatory minicamps. Who cares? It's chump change to him. He's living his best life out there in Hawaii. And you got to leave the door open and tell Rodgers, whenever you're ready, we're here to listen. And obviously we want you back and we'll give you anything you can. And we're sorry for everything you're upset about. But I think if you're going to be competitive and you're the Green Bay Packers and you're coming off 2 NFC Championship games, you can't sit around waiting. Not when you see those pictures. Why are we even looking at my face? Why are we even looking at Jordan Love? I would ask the producers, can we see more of the Rodgers in Hawaii? That's a lot more fun to watch than what the Packers might be this year with Jordan Love as their quarterback. But the truth of the matter is, you can grovel all you want. This guy is a different kind of cat. I don't think Rodgers is going to necessarily answer to begging. I don't think he's going to be answering to public overtures by the team. He's genuinely upset. He's genuinely upset how things have been handled with the culture, and whether you agree with it or not, that's what it is. So to me, you start thinking about Jordan Love as number one. The question is, do you start thinking about trading Rodgers? And this is where the business gets really ugly. I don't think you do. I think you wait this out and you try to wait Rodgers out. He's already said he's not looking to retire. He said he would rather not have to retire to do Jeopardy. Is he willing to sit out the next 3 years and not play football as opposed to being a Green Bay Packer where they've got him under contract for those years? And truth of the matter is, yeah, they can get a bunch of draft picks from the Broncos and they can maybe get a Derek Carr or a Marcus Mariota from the Raiders with a bunch of draft picks. At the end of the day, do you want to be the team that traded away Aaron Rodgers? And do you want to be the team that ended things with Aaron Rodgers with him in another uniform as he's slicing up the league and you're an 8-8 or 7-9 team? I have all the faith in the world that Aaron Rodgers could come back and lead this team to a Super Bowl, and I do have faith that they could build something with Jordan Love. But I don't think the Green Bay Packers organization wants to be the ones to see Aaron Rodgers in any other uniform, even if they were to get a whole bunch of draft picks in return.
If I'm in the front office of the Green Bay Packers, Peter, I'm flying to Hawaii, and I'm going to keep calling back to Green Bay and saying, we still haven't hashed it out yet. We need more time, and just stay there as long as you possibly can because Hawaii is amazing. But at the same time, it is how do you handle this? Because the wrong way can be unbelievably bad and blow up in your face. Do you go and try to get on your hands and knees, as Peter said, and give him everything he'd like and beg and say, sorry, we didn't communicate very well with you, we'll change? Or do you play it cool and say, hey, we got Jordan Love, we'd love to have you back, you know that, you're a 3-time MVP, but we're just going to hold pat here and call your bluff? However they go about this, there's going to be a lot of thought into it. And whichever direction they go, we're going to be picking it apart and analyzing it to the umpteenth degree. To me, in my head is, how many first-round picks, picked 25 or later, and Jordan Love was picked 26, have been busts in the NFL or not had lengthy NFL careers or are not getting a gold jacket? There's quite a few. We know where the gold jacket is going. And that's to Aaron Rodgers' house. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and you don't just move on from that. There are question marks surrounding what type of player Jordan Love is. There are no question marks with Aaron Rodgers. And it's not like he threw a monkey wrench, as he mentioned, the way he played this last season. It's not like it's an outlier and he was on some sort of decline leading into this year. He had 99 touchdowns over the last 3 years, averaging around 5 picks a year. That's incredible. So I think you try to stick with what you have, because that type of player does not come around very often. So you try to make it work with that player the best you can for as long as you can. And guys, I'm a big fan of the American philosopher or psychologist, I guess you could say, Adam Grant. Not sure if you guys know Adam Grant. He just wrote another book called Think Again. It's brilliant. The power of not knowing what you do know. But at the same time, he tweeted out yesterday, and I thought of the Packers in this, and I'm going to read this. He said, leaders don't have to grant every request from employees, but they do need a fair process for considering each one. Even if they don't get their way, people want to have a say. Speaking up isn't just about driving change. It's also about being heard. And I feel like that's kind of what Aaron Rodgers, D-Hall, always wanted and was never really granted in Green Bay.
Wow.
Yeah, no, James,
Right.
Absolutely. Every player wants their voice heard in the conversation. Doesn't necessarily mean, hey, this is what we're doing. You just want your voice to be a part of the conversation. And I feel like, for so long, Aaron Rodgers hasn't had that happen, or at least that's what he's portraying to us. But I think it comes down to, at the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers are going to have to choose. And at this point, it seems like Aaron Rodgers said, hey, I love my teammates. Hey, I love this coaching staff. So it's some disconnect with the front office. And so if you're the Green Bay Packers, whoever are those higher ups, that's why I say in this situation with the Green Bay Packers not having a actual owner person that's sitting there who can overrule kind of what happened in the New England situation between Coach Belichick and Tom Brady, and Robert Kraft actually picking Tom Brady over Jimmy G. This is the situation we have in Green Bay right now. It's the front office guys, whoever are tasked with making those decisions. That's who Aaron Rodgers has some beef with. And so whoever can make the decision in Green Bay needs to say, hey, it's either going to be Aaron Rodgers we're going to pick, or we're going to pick the GM. We're going to pick the decision maker. We're going to pick whoever has pissed Aaron Rodgers off. It has to be one or the other to try to salvage this relationship. If not, you guys are absolutely right. Green Bay has the upper hand. You have another quarterback on your roster in Jordan Love you can go with right now, and you just make Aaron Rodgers wait. You dictate terms to him. I know no player wants to have that happen. I'm a guy who loves to try to defend the players, and I can see Aaron Rodgers' point of view, but I could also see the team's point of view and them wanting to stay fast and say, hey, look, we don't want this to be a snowball effect where another guy comes in here. Who's to say Devontae Adams doesn't come in the next offseason because he's mad because of the way you handled the Aaron Rodgers situation by giving him exactly what he wanted. So, I can see both sides of this, cousin.
Yeah, and there's a contract situation that's going to happen with Davante Adams, and I'm really curious about those wide receivers. They also didn't show. I think you said 5, Peter, didn't come to voluntary workouts. That's not a big deal, but it's certainly something I'm keeping my eye on as mandatory minicamp approaches in the first week of June. And if those guys don't stand up, then this has now trickled beyond Aaron Rodgers versus the front office to the rest of the team. If I'm the Packers, I just want it done quickly. Don't drag it out. For every reason I just said and every reason you guys just said, find a way to talk to him. Ask him, just figure out exactly what he wants. If you're not willing to give him that, move on. That's how I feel about it. I know it's more complicated than that, but just get it done either way. You don't want these sort of things looming at weird pivotal points of the season, especially if you do have somebody good in Jordan Love. Obviously, stakes are a little higher when it's a reigning MVP, best in the game, Aaron Rodgers. More Good Morning Football, guys, on the way. We'll take a short break.